Wait a minute, hold up, man. First of all, before you ever click on this video right here, 20 likes, that's the goal for today. 20 simple, easy likes. I want to hit that so bad because the way I'm going to be explaining things, I'm going in detail and I'm going to explain it the best way I can, man. So hit the subscribe button while you at it, and hit that 100 subs so we skyrocket to the top. Hit the notification bell, always staying golden with that notice, because that's where the hot bangers come through, you feel me? Man, this nose stuff is getting on my nerves. Make sure y'all stay healthy out there. Gatorade really is not the answer, but water, yes sir, but this come later. So I think you should drink water first before you drink this, but yeah, you see I'm just halfway down, you feel me? But anyways, without playing no games with no frustration, man, y'all all come to me, my squad, OG in the building, Real 66 TV OG, my pack, man. Listen, just because I'm a small YouTuber doesn't mean I have straight facts, okay? All you viewers out there is watching this right now, like just literally clicked on it, bro, and y'all want to know what's going on real. What's the big old whoop? Feel me? And the first thing first I want to say is I'm gonna start from scratch, middle, and towards the end, man. And again, we're gonna start from scratch. We're gonna work our way up to the end, man. And I'm explaining it the best way I can, man. First thing first, I would like to say is comment down below and let me know what you think of today's video. Does it help y'all? Do you understand? Do any of those criteria, do you understand of where I'm coming from? At least give you some game, just a little bit, even though you probably know some more. Still, it should help you out. It doesn't matter if you have the best PC, low end PC, high end PC, or an okay PC. It doesn't matter if you're on Macs, well, actually Windows, Mac, and Linux. It doesn't matter, man, because y'all all gonna have to download it in a description, which is the second link. You're gonna have to download OBS-STUDIOs. OBS-STUDIOs, just to know a little something about it, maybe you do already know. OBS is a software that you can stream, you can podcast, you can do whatever you want, even record as what I'm doing, and you can take your recording and go edit that on your program or whatever you're using to edit, which I'm going to be doing, obviously. But you're going to have to download that joint. When you download it on your Windows, Mac, Linux, and it's on your screen and you got it down completely, now I want you to open it up. Or if you already have it and you just like literally clicked on and opened it up, open it if you have it, man. And once you update it and once you download it, now you're going to come up on this screen here. Now, you're not going to see all of this when you freshly, like literally just downloaded it from scratch. You're not going to see no display. You're not going to see what you see on my screen, webcam, and you're not going to see all these gadgets that you see here, man. What I want to do is start from the beginning, man. And exactly what you want to do, it takes me a little bit so I can get it through y'all, man. You understand? So that's why I say it's going to be me explaining the best way I can, man. So to begin everything, we all going to start from the main scratch, you feel me? Which is, alright, my OG gang, my fams, my viewers out there that's sitting there right now trying their best to pay attention and focus. I want you to put your whatever got you distracted, if you eat popcorn, if you eating your chips or your drink or whatever, put that aside real quick, because I want everyone's attention, bro. I really do want everybody's attention on this, because this is highly requested, man. And I'm telling you, listen to all the steps that I tell you, and a lot of people will tell you the same thing I'm saying. Like, we don't do this for the end. We don't do this for the front of it, man. We do this, make these videos to help you out, to educate you, so you can get started on your journey of being whatever you want to be, a streamer, podcaster, what you name it. But let's step that aside real quick, and we're going to get actually into the point here. This is what we're here for. You did the first step, right? You installed the program, right? You downloaded it, right, on your Windows, Mac, or Linux, right? Cool. Now you need to open it up. When you open it up, you might have to update it. Go ahead and update your OBS software. When it's done updating, then you come back. You should be on the main screen. This whole screen is your main dashboard. The dashboard is where all the sources, everything is going to be added into it. But I'm not going to worry about the sources just yet. Actually, we're going to pause on sources for now, because to get what you want on the screen, and you probably wonder, like, why does it show a black screen? Like, why is it nothing there? It's because that you never add anything from the sources just yet, okay? You just download it. So what you want to do to get something onto that screen, I need you to come all the way over to the scenes. First of all, now I'm gonna explain it to you like this. When you click on the plus sign at the bottom, and it's not hard to notice, but when you click on it, it's going to ask you for a name. What you want to name your scene, man. Scenes are basically like a folder, like a big old file, to keep all your sources kept inside of that file. It's so that way it doesn't get scrambled when you doing other scenes. You might have a whole bunch of scenes, like 10 or 11 or 8 or 7 scenes, and you use them back to back. It's very helpful because you can click on it and it doesn't have to be difficult for you, okay? When you click on a scene, or you trying to transition to a different scene to your gameplay that you want to go to, it's really helpful, okay? Just keep that in mind. So you name it whatever you want to name it. You can have reaction, you can name it a reaction, you can name it new video, or you can put it as gameplay, or something like me, for instance. I name one of my scenes gameplay, okay? Because I do play Among Us, all right? So that's what scenes is all about. It's really just a big old file, and you just trying to name it for your sources, okay? With no frustration. So all you want to do is click yes, and once you click yes, now you are ready to add your sources, okay? Sources is where you can get your widgets from. You can add your widgets, you can add your text, you can add alert box, chat box, your donate, all that extra stuff that you really asking for and what you want on your stream. And that's where, about the overlays and stuff and all the extra animations and graphic type of stuff, that's the extreme part, and you might have to do research on that to find out how you can do and customize your own style and how you want to set up your video or your live stream, okay? So what we want to do to get anything started, especially with the webcam, I do want to talk to y'all about the webcam and all the options I'm going to tell you, but I'm gonna need you to go to that plus sign, okay? When you go to that plus sign, here's all the options that you are going to be needing throughout this journey, okay? All of these is really up to you, whichever one of these is more better for you to use, if that makes any sense. I do not know what color source is, so I'm not going to mess with that. That's going to be Xmart. I'm not going to talk about this one right here. It's because I don't know what it is. And if you know something, let me know in the comments down below, and hit me up in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what is color for this, because I don't know what this is, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm also not going to mess with image slideshow as well. I just want to say that I'm not going to mess with image slideshow. I'm not going to mess with this one as well. For the green screen, this is for if you have a 3D camera, green screen, something like that. I don't know what this is, but if you know something about it, hit me up in the comments. Scenes is just to add another scene pretty much. If you just click on it, it's just to add another scene. For real. For this one, it's just to add another scene, okay? For the scenes. Now, I am going to talk to you about the text, what you can do for the text. You can also, for the video capture, I'm going to show you about video capture. I'm also going to show you about window capture, audio purposes, and also browser source as well, and images, gameplay. I'm going to get up on that, okay? But what I want to start off to make something more easy, we're going to start off with, it's with your input. You're gonna need a microphone or any type of microphone that you have. So I don't care if you put that joint in your closet and you just never used it. I want you to just grab that joint or grab some type of microphone, or you know, some gaming headphones with the little piece to it to talk through it. If you are using it, you know, through that way, through your computer, you can also, you know, hook it up into the jack inside of the PC itself. If you have a gaming or headphones in general, that is what it's for. Input is for microphone purposes, if I should say, or mic purposes, if I should say, to get your voice to be heard. How I'm able to speak to you is because of input, audio input capture. That's how I'm able to talk to you. Simple, right? The next option is audio output capture. Audio output capture is where you can capture your gameplay through your headphones, headsets, or gaming headsets, whichever you want to call it to be preferred. Now, it is two ways to this, actually, to both of these I want to talk about. Now, you don't have to add these onto the audio mixer here. What you can actually do is go to settings. Later on in the video, I'm going to show you in the settings to make it more easy for you to not add these both into this source in audio mixer and just drag it onto audio mixer to make it more easy for you in the settings. Okay, so that's later on in the video. Now I'm going to move on to browser source. Browser source is where you can add anything that you want, man. So if you want to add, for instance, like your subscriber alert, you can get it off of Streamlabs. Streamlabs is another program similar to OBS, but it's way more better than OBS, the original itself that I'm on right now. So OBS Streamlabs is another program. I think you should really get into that one as well. But what you can do actually is you can go to the website. On the website, then you go to the alerts. When you go and sign up and you sign into your YouTube or Twitch and whatever you associate it, you can take that URL to your alert box or chat box or donate or your tips, overlays, etc., wherever you get it from. And what you want to do is you want to copy that link or any link that is associated with browsers on OBS. You want to add. When you click add again, you're going to see create new. If you never created one, you want to create a new one. If you have an existing one, that means that if I already have something in OBS, you can use it into another scene, if that makes any sense. Well, which is another source inside of the scene. So if I'm on gameplay, for instance, and I want to add another browser source like my chat box, and if I already have a chat box in one of my other scenes, I can just copy that and I can put it into add an existing, and then it can be added straight into this one in this scene right here by pressing OK. So that's what it seems. That's what browser source is. Browser source is just for URLs that, and actually let me go ahead and click on it to be more specific, because it's a lot more to this that you got to understand here, ladies and gentlemen. So in browser source, remember that I was telling you just now about the URL link. Okay, what you want to do is, if you have a URL link, for instance, like me, I have a URL link right here. I think I accidentally restarted my computer and I lost that URL, but I had a URL just to show in the video, but I guess it's just disappeared. So you want to paste that URL that you copy and then you place it into here. Now it does depend on what that you have is very important, which is the height and the width. That's very important. So if a chat box, for instance, I know chat box, it is small, so it's going to be 800 by 600. Now if you're doing an overlay, which is 19 by 20 by 1080, that's the resolution of the size. If you have an overlay, you're going to put that overlay size onto here. Like if I wanted to put right here, for instance, 19 by 20, right? And then you want to come over to the height and you want to change it to, remember, width is 19 by 20, and then you got 1080 right here. Just like that. So whatever size that overlay is, or your widget or whatnot, you have to put it in that resolution size. Now as a beginner, you will not see what you see on my screen here. This custom CSS, this is for if you have a custom command. If you have a custom command and you want to be added into OBS, it's like a straight up a whole bunch of codes, and I don't think you want to get into all of that. But this right here, use custom frame rate. You can use custom frame rate if you're more certified with it. If you know about it, you can use it if you want to, but pretty much it's just easy from here. That's all it is for real, is for the URL purposes. Let me go ahead and exit out of that. Go ahead and exit out of that. Okay, now we're going to click on the plus tab again, and now we're going to move over to display capture. Now I already have display capture enabled, but it is a new update to OBS. I should allow you to know, if you click on a source that you already have inside of your sources, you click on it and then it will show on screen automatically for you. Okay, so if I wanted to pick webcam, I can pick webcam, and you can also go to the filters automatically, instead of you just clicking right on your mouse. Instead of clicking right on your mouse and sitting there doing it that way, like if I clicked on display, for instance, as you see, you don't want to sit here and do that for real. It's way easier now. All you have to do is click on a source and you can go to properties, and then you can change if you have. Now for properties, if you have like a dual set monitor for display capture, if you have like a 3 or 4 or 5 setup monitor or something like that, then you will have to pick that resolution for the size of your computer frame rate. Okay, if that makes any sense. So when you done doing that, once you create, matter of fact, once you create you a display capture, like I'm gonna show you right now, if you click on display capture, as you see here, I already have display captures inside of my sources, which is in this scene and in my gameplay scene, which is for Among Us. Okay, Now that is actually what it's for. It's just to capture your screen. That's what display capture is, just to capture your screen, okay? And you can just add an existing one if you wanted to. All right, so now we can move on to images. But before we can move on to images, I forgot to say game capture. Game capture is where I think if you have a graphics card, like a gaming graphics card or something like that, and you have a game, I believe, open, you can add it to your source and you can capture that gameplay. If you have like a second monitor, you can put your gameplay on the main monitor and you can run the recording gameplay from the second monitor, I believe. I'm not for sure. If you know a little bit more, let me know in the comments. Now, images. It's really simple to add images. When you click on images, all you really going to do is press OK, and when you press OK, it's going to show you image file. All you really need to do is click on browse, and it's going to open up your folders. Now on your Mac, Windows, Linux, I don't know how they do it on there, but I think it's the same way on here for Windows, because I am a Windows 10 user. The same way for Linux and Mac, okay? You want to open up browser, and it's going to take you to your files. Inside of your files, you want to look for an image that you want onto OBS that is mostly imported for you. So if you want to import something, you can if you want, but I'm not going to do that for the purpose of this video. We're going to click on add by clicking on the plus tab again. We are not going to be doing this one for we're not going to do this one like I said before. We're not going to do image slideshow. We're not going to do green screen right here, 3D camera green screen at all. We're not going to do these two. Media source, we can talk about that because I know something about that. Media source is where if you have annotations, such meaning as if you have animated video overlay, like if it's animated and you got it from Stream Elements, or if you got it from Streamlabs and you see their animated overlays and stuff, all you do is click add. And as you see here, I don't have I don't have an existing because I never used it. So you want to click OK, and from here you always want to loop it. You always want to loop it, always. Now when you open this up, if this is not check mark, you can just check mark what you see on my screen here. But you want to click browser, and it's going to open up your files. So whatever you put that annotation anime overlay, or like a intro, like you can just put an intro in here and it just be an intro for you. If you have an intro, you can import it onto here as well and loop it as well on here as well. Okay, do not mess with this at the bottom here. I don't think you should mess with this. It's up to you if you want to tweak and mess around with it. So I'm gonna just click cancel because I'm not gonna be using that for the purpose of this video. I'm gonna add by pressing the plus tab. Now from here, scenes is just adding another scene pretty much. It's just adding another scene. We don't need to go over that. We went over that already. Scenes is just adding another scene if you wanted to. Text is one of the important things to streams. If you the type of person that want text, and you have, especially if you the person that has donations and you getting tips from fans, followers, supporters out there, and you want to, whatever you want to say, you can say it on literally using the text icon. When you click on the text icon, we're going to click on OK because I never use it. We're going to click on OK. Now, it's a couple of really cool things that you can do here. you can scroll. Scroll is basically your text going the opposite direction, or is going straight forwards direction, if that makes any sense. So it's just basically rolling in that angle, if that makes any sense. So it's basically like scrolling down, if that makes any sense. You know how when you scroll through a phone and you keep scrolling through, it's just like that. What's cool about it, you can also look for some text animations, like text fonts and stuff like that. The size, you can also change that up as well. You got the font, you got the font size and screen. You can also mess around with some of the effects, and you really just look for what you're looking for in text, and there's nothing to explain here for real in text for real. Obviously, if you want to type something, like I want to type in sub now 100 on the way. I'm just gonna say this for the purpose of this video, something like that, right? You can mess around with it if you want. Don't forget, you can size this up if you want. You can make it short, you can make it big, you can pretty much mess around with the text as well. You can do text transform. I never used this before, so I don't know what this is right here. I never used text transform before, so I wouldn't even mess with this actually, but experience and see what is best for you. Okay, I'm going to remove this text because I'm not going to be needed now. Okay, now you got the color option, you got background color option, you got background option, then you got left, you got all these options that you can just play around and mess with in the text icon as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we can go ahead and move on now and press cancel. When I press cancel, now we can move on to voice capture device. Now here is the big question, right? You might have a webcam, which is a USB plugin. And I'm gonna show you an example because I actually have a brand new camera that I'm using right now, and it's very good. So if you're looking for a camera, I will put a link down below in the description of 2 webcams that you probably are interested in. If you don't want to spend all your money, if you want me to make a video on Amazon how to shop the right way, then I'll make a video about that, but you leave a comment down below. But I have an example for video capture card. So this is one of my old cameras that I have in my hand right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on, and I want you to click on, if you have a camera. Now if you have a camera like vloggers have, now I advise you to look and do research about that if you are interested in using your camera inside of OBS by using your computer. I really advise you to look more details about that because I do not know how to set that up on here as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on video capture device. Now as you see, I already have a webcam, an existing webcam already, so I don't need to add it I don't really need to mess around with that actually. What I can do is when you click OK, I'm gonna show you what the OK is right now actually, because I don't want to mess up anything. So once you go ahead and click OK, you should be prompted up with not this right here. Now hello, you see me, I know you see me, right? But that's not what we want actually. What you want to do is when you click that OK button, you should come up to this screen right here. Okay, now again, I already have added it to my sources. Okay, so it wasn't necessary for me to click the OK button for y'all, man, like I normally would show you. But since I already have it into my sources, I can just click on the source and I can click on properties, and then it will prompt up for me with the new update for OBS, which is nice. Now, as I was saying, I have a brand new webcam. device is where it's going to be located with your webcam. So like I said, if you have a camera is the same way of going through video capture device. Same way for the camera. Now if you have a camera USB like me, you would have to plug it into your computer. In some computers it will already detect your webcam, so it should have been added to OBS automatically. That's how mine was. Okay, now if it doesn't detect, if it doesn't detect on your computer, I advise you to go to settings onto your actual computer and fix what's the tweak about your webcam, why is it not picking up and stuff like that on OBS. But it should pick up your webcam once you plug it in. Now another thing is, like I was saying, here is my old webcam that I use for my videos. Now in my videos I did live stream Among Us a couple of times, and this was my first ever webcam. Okay, no cap, this is my first ever webcam. So as you see here, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the first webcams that I was using, especially doing a tutorial about the 5 or the 4 editing softwares. And when I made that video, the 4 editing softwares that I did, this was the camera that started off with this channel, no cap. So I went on Amazon to upgrade, and now I can catch my stuff at 19 by 20 by 1080. Simple, right? So anyways, you want to just search for your webcam. Like I said, it should already detect it. If not, you might have to click on it and then search for your webcam. But anything else in here, you don't really want to mess with whatever you have on video capture device. Okay, you don't want to mess with anything else besides your webcam. Okay, now I believe you can hook this up to your computer, or I believe like your second monitor. If you have a second monitor, you can hook this up to your second monitor, and you can have a different camera angle. Like if I want it on this side, I'll catch on this side. If I wanted it on this side, I'll catch that side. You can do it like that. You feel me? But this was my old cam, by the way. Just wanted to show y'all that, man. So it's not hard explanatory to set up a webcam on here. It's really simple and easy. But here is where I want to talk about a little bit more in detail about webcam, okay? Because I'll just sit here and talk like straight up about a webcam. So you want to come over here. This right here, this is where, if you got your new webcam, or you have like an old webcam, and your old webcam, still probably works, you know what I'm saying? Or you have a recent one, or you just bought one. This is where you want to come and tweak up the brightness. You can do the contrast. You can do whatever you want on here to your advantage, okay? This is highly important right here. You can just pretty much change stuff around on this right here. You can click OK. Well, actually press apply and OK, then you should be good to go. So from here, this is another one right here. If you want to add a custom one, now they do have a default one, and I'm not going to click on the default one because it's going to mess up my settings for my webcam. But you want to click on custom. When you click on custom, your resolution, I set mine to 12 by 80 by 720. Is because I'm getting the most flaws out of 19 by 20 by 1080 with this webcam that I have here, the USB webcam. Now I can set it to it if I wanted to, and it's still going to give me the performance that I want, like so. I'm still going to get the same type of performance. But if I set it to 12 by 80 by 720, my stuff looks a little bit more cleaner, you know what I'm saying? So you want to figure out your resolution size. You can put it at any resolution size. Not just make sure if it's showing a lag, now listen, if it shows a lag, ladies and gentlemen, like you see your character just glitching and glitching and glitching and all the glitching and stuff like that, then I provide you to click on custom and change the resolution and scale it down or up to figure out which one is not the laggiest. Okay, FPS, I set mine to 30 because my webcam is doing the most performance on 30 FPS. Now it's up to you if you want to match output FPS, or you can click on highest FPS. This is for like if you have like a really good webcam, like a Logitech webcam, then you would probably click on something like this because your webcam can handle it. My webcam can barely handle 30 FPS, so it's doing pretty good actually. I'm actually shocked. So format, you want to set it to any, man. Now it's going to be different on your screen. Maybe you have multiple on yours, but it's probably going to show different on yours. For personal reasons, for my opinion, I think you should put it on any, any for format. Color, I mean, it's up to you if you want to mess with the colors and stuff like that. It's basically to show more definition in your live or videos to make you look sharper, if that makes any sense. So for this, I put it on full. It's up to you if you want to put it on a different one, but I really pick full. Now again, it's up to you which one you want to click on, what's going to give you the more performance. Okay, buffering, you don't need to worry about buffering, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to worry about buffering, or you don't need to worry about output audio mode. You don't need to worry about that at all. It's nothing at all. Just leave it to where it's at. Actually, don't mess with it, okay? Because I don't know what it's going to do, so don't mess with it. Okay, now with your webcam, it's a couple of things that you can do with a webcam. Okay, you can go into filters. Now if you have a green screen effect, you can go ahead and add a green screen effect if you wanted to. You can add color contrast. You click on the plus tab and they have all these options for you to mess around with. Scroll right here is basically like for the text I was telling you about. So for text, if you come over to scroll, he's basically going this direction, this direction, this direction, or that direction if you're trying to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what scroll for text, if you was wondering. So I'm gonna just close out of this tab right here for the filters. Okay, so now what I really want to talk about is window capture. Now, window capture is for, let me go ahead and disable the screen because I'm tired of seeing my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and disable this for now. I'm going to disable that for now. Okay, so if we click on the plus tab, you have window capture. Window capture is for if you on PS4 or PS5. And a matter of fact, let me just back out of this to show you what window capture is really all about before I click on it actually. Because if I back out of this screen right here, as you see, I have remote play. Remote play is a new update to this, I believe, to where you can stream from your PS5 and PS4, or PS4 or PS5, whichever one you have, or maybe you have both. But when you get when you get remote play all set up and stuff like that, then you can come back to OBS, right? You can come back to OBS. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back to where it was at. Sorry about that. And then you can click on the plus tab, go to window capture, and when you set up your PS5 or PS4 settings inside of remote play, then you can go ahead and add. When you click on add, now as you see here for Windows, you can't see nothing here. It's blank. When I click on it, it's nothing there. It's because I don't have a game yet. I don't have a game ready to play, which is a PS4 or Xbox. No, not PS4 or Xbox. I believe Xbox, you can do this on Xbox as well, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments, can you do this on Xbox? But PS4 and PS5, you should see PS4 and PS5 on here. You click on one and it's going to show a display of your game capture. Okay, here for capture method, I mean, I don't really worry about it too much, so that's up to you. If you want to mess with, you know, capture method or window match, you can mess with that one as well. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can scroll down. Oh, you can. Okay. You can go ahead and check mark this if you want. You want to copy me, put this down, and then you're done with window capture for real. I'll go ahead and exit out of that. Okay. Man, my throat hurts, man. No cap. Throat hurt like a mother. All right. Now we're going to go to the last picture, but let me get a break real quick because my throat is killing me. So I will be right back, OG gang. Alright everyone, I am finally back, man. My throat's still killing me after this long talk, man. But hopefully y'all learn, and hopefully you understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully you get a hint of what you can do and stuff like that onto OBS, different things that you can do and be creative on here. But now we're gonna move on to the last final step. Now I told you from beginning, middle, and end, I'm gonna show you through all out. So let's end this banger off with the settings. When you click on the settings, this is what it's gonna be looking like. It might be different on your screen, but on my screen, you can, for Windows and now Mac and Linux, you can change the themes. Pretty much you can change the color of OBS pretty much if you wanted to. I have mine to dark default because it looks more better on dark default in my opinion. Language, make sure you set your language before you ever record and stream. I do tell you that because if it shows blank, like it's just nothing there, you can't select it, it's because you are streaming or you're recording, and you can't do that while you're streaming or recording. Do know that's a fact. Now, some of these options are already check marked into OBS itself, so I wouldn't mess with this unless if you know what you're doing. We're gonna go to the stream. This is very important, okay? If you are streaming on YouTube like me, you will click YouTube/YouTube Gaming, okay? If you posting on Twitch, you will click Twitch. If you have something called YouTube RTMP, don't worry about any stuff that's not related to your situation, man. You can also go live on Facebook. You can also go live through Twitter, and I think I'm gonna go live on Twitter a little later on and stuff like that. Probably go live on Twitter. Probably do some Among Us on there as well. like I said, you don't want to mess with anything, and I clearly just messed with it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and click cancel. Then I'm gonna go to settings. I'm gonna go back, and there we go. So stream key is highly important. And when I mean is very important, ladies and gentlemen, it is very important, and I'm not even joking. You don't ever, never want to give your stream key to anybody. I don't care if they are loyal best friends. I don't care if it's your girlfriend. I don't care who it is, man. Your best friend to the end, man. No, you cannot give them your stream key, because your stream key is allowing you to stream on YouTube, and you don't want to get that to nobody. Just telling you now, because if somebody gets your stream key, which I don't have to blur out because I have it in dots, so you're not gonna know what the stream key code is. If they get your stream key code, what they can do is they can stream and record. They can post on your channel without you even knowing. You like, where these videos or live streams coming from? It's because someone's on your account, and now they are pretty much playing with all your vids and playing with your videos. So don't mess with, do not give this to nobody. It's for you and you only. Now it has the option of show. I'm not going to click on show because that is very stupid, and why would I do that? Because that would show information. So do not, you want to click on show. You don't want to show it, pretty much. Now get stream key. It is a new feature that been out on OBS-STUDIOs, to where it's more easier now for us to click on get stream key instead of you going on the YouTube website, then going to the upload live page and doing all that. It's so much easier to get your stream key. So you copy that stream key and you place it into stream key box right here, and then you click apply and okay, and you should be good. Audio input. Okay, now this is where a lot of things is going to be happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is where a lot of rumors been going on in the OBS YouTube community about streaming and recording in audio. Replay buffering, you don't need to worry about replay buffering at all. I don't think you need to worry about this, not unless if you're doing something with it and you know what you're doing. But you want to worry about these three options. We're going to start off with streaming option, but over on output mode, you want to select advanced to order to get started. You want to click on advanced mode, always advanced. Okay, you click on streaming, and it's up to you for your audio jack. I think you should select number 1. If it doesn't show select of nothing on it, then you just select audio 1 or whichever audio track that you have. Okay, now encoder is basically like the CPU usage, if that makes any sense. Now, do you see at the bottom where it shows me recording, and you see the CPU and you see the FPS? I might have to zoom in on that though, but if you do see it, you see how it's going up and down, keep switching and changing. That's because whatever CPU that you have, if you have a customized gaming setup, which is a gaming PC, then it will be more options for you to choose. But since I'm on a decent computer, like a decent computer, not a gaming computer, but a decent computer, like if you have a low-end computer, the best option I would say for you, ladies and gentlemen, is to copy me. You want to get X264, 264. You want to make sure this is check marked. And again, if you see stuff graded out on my screen, that's because I'm in the process in the middle of recording, so I can't select it, obviously. So now this option is just for backup, okay? This is just for your resolution backup, okay? For your output. So all you want to do is check mark it. If you want to, you can uncheck mark it, but you want to put it for your resolution for your screen size. So mine is 19 by 20 by 1080. Okay. Now for this one right here, rate, this I do not know details. Me explaining it, I don't know that much about this one for rate control, but I'm guessing this is for when you streaming, and when you streaming, it's basically, listen to this, okay? The best thing I will do in your situation is click CPR. CBR, not CPR, it's CBR, okay? This is going to give you the best performance. If you have a low-end PC, you kind of have an okay PC, you want to click on what I just have on screen. That's because you will get the best results when you stream it. Now you might lag just a little bit, and that's why a lot of YouTubers and people would tell you to go test out your internet speed, because your stuff can look good in a video like when you streaming, but when you post it, it looks all blurry. So sometimes you have to really play around with this right here. Now people that has a good amount of a PC, like a straight up legit good PC, then they have other options they can worry about. But for, you know, low ends, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, okay, CBR is going to give you a little bit of better performance, okay? Now bit rate. Now again, this is something, it's very important to how your recording is going to be like when we get to that situation, and your stream is going to be looking like. The best outcome, you want to go for the bit rate that your computer can handle. So my computer is kind of a decent computer. It's not of a okay, but it's decent, man. Sometimes I do get lag sometimes through streams. So the best option for you, if you want to copy me, you can, but you really want to play around with the bit rate as well. That's very important as well, okay? You can customize buffer size if you want to. I don't really mess with buffer size because I don't need to worry about that, but I'm gonna enable it just in case if you want to copy what's on my screen. Mine is 2,500. My bit rate is 6,500. You want to copy this down right here, this bottom one, okay? Now actually it's all up to how your computer can handle, like I was saying. So but you always want to set this to keyframe is always 2. CPU usage, again, this option right here is something to play around with through your streams. So if your stream is mad lagging and is ending your streams, you want to test out, matter of fact, you want to test out your streams before you stream, okay? And I played around with this a couple of times, and I found out that this option is the most best for my computer. So you have super fast, you got very fast, faster, you got, you know, fast, medium, slow, slower, very slow. If you have like a really poor bad PC, then I probably think you should check the bottom ones. But like if you have okay, you know, not bad, sort of okay computer, then you need to go and play around with this to get the most best performance out of your stream. Okay, now profile, set it to main. It's up to you if you want to set it to high if you have a higher end PC, but intermediate, or you know, kind of a okay computer, you want to click on main as the main. I believe you should click on main, okay, in my opinion. This, I never experienced this before, so if you have some experience with this, go ahead and knock yourself out with this experiment. But I would have left it at none and leave this one at none as well. Recording, make sure it is at standard. Make sure it's at standard for you. Your recording. Now, again, if it shows gray on my end, it's because I'm recording, so that's why. But this is basically where all your videos is going to be imported. So when this video is done recording, it's going to go to my OBS recording file inside of my video file. Okay, so if you don't have a file, all you do is create a file. Okay, you click on the file right here, and when you click on the file, you want to click right on your mouse, and you want to go to here. Let me show you, actually, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, so this is exactly what you want to do. So if I want all my videos to go to a specific folder, if you don't have a folder, what you can do is click right on your mouse. You can go to new. When you go to new, you can go to folder. When you click on folder, you can rename that folder, and inside that folder you can have all your videos inside of this folder. Because say if I name this JJ, which I'm not going to be doing, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that folder. So once you're done naming the folder and you added it right to your videos folder, right, then you want to click on browse. You want to close out of folder. You want to, and you can do this on Mac and Windows and Linux, don't forget. You can go to browse. It's going to open up your file, and then look for that folder that you literally just named, and then you should be good to go. This, I'm not for sure about this, so don't check it if you don't know what you're doing. If you do know what you're doing, check it. Recording format, set it to MP4. Okay, set it to MP4. That's highly important. MP4 is the best. Okay, audio jack, I only have one audio source for track 1, so it's up to you if you want to mess around with this option for audio track. Right here, I already explained this. Before about both of them. To get the best performance is X264. You can get the best performance for your low end PC or kind of okay PC. That's the best option. If you have a pretty good PC, like a beast PC, then whatever is going to be inside of it, you click that. Again, scale that joint for the resolution of your size. You don't necessarily need it unless if you need it. Okay, custom, I don't know what this is, so I advise you, if you know exactly what this is a little bit more, then you can go snap at it. But if you don't know what this is, we can skip that because we don't need to mess with it. I already talked about this. See, now as you see, my streaming is at 6,500. My bit rate right here for recording is 5,400. Again, for streaming and recording, you want to mess around and play with the bit rate and also play with the rate for this one as well. But I was saying again, I think this is the best option you should choose, which is CBR, in my opinion. Always, like I said, you want to follow me if you want to. Keyframes, set that always to 2. Play around with this right here for the CPU usage, and again, you can locate that at the bottom of your screen, and it will show at the bottom of your screen where it shows recording and live. You can locate it and it shows FPS and CPU usage. Okay, profile, always set it to main. It's up to you if you want to switch it. I left this at none, and you should leave it at none, and you should leave this one at none. Now we can move on to the audio track. You want to copy this down if you feel like it. I'm gonna give you some time to copy that. Hopefully you can see everything. Give you time to copy that. Okay, good. Now we're gonna move on to the audio. Again, remember I was telling, matter of fact, remember I was literally telling y'all, man, from the beginning about the little audio, you know, the input audio situation when you click on that plus tab through sources. You don't necessarily have to do that to add it in a source. It's already going to be added once you click apply and OK. So all you need to do is follow my instructions. Make sure it's the same thing on my screen to yours. For desktop audio, I have mine set for the Blue Yeti microphone, so I can catch my gameplay through my gaming headphones, or your headphones or headsets, whatever you call. Display, no, excuse me, not display. For this one, you can leave that at default. You don't really need to mess with this one right here for the desktop audio. You don't, not necessarily. If you have some type of different audio or something like that, then you can tweak at that. Now microphone, again, it's already going to be set for you, so you want to click on the microphone that you're associated with. As you can see here, my webcam has a built-in microphone to it, but I guarantee you the webcam microphone is very trash, and I never even touched this webcam for my microphone webcam, so I don't even know if my stuff is gonna be trash or not. So put it at your whatever you using, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down and Yeah, you don't need to worry about all of that. You don't need to worry about all of that, man. You don't need to worry about all that. Video. This is important. If you see this on screen, ladies and gentlemen, I just literally told you I'm recording, so I can't change anything when it's graded out. Okay, so video, this is highly important. This is for the resolution of your size of your monitor. So if your monitor is a 1920 by 1080 monitor, then you click on 19 by 1080 monitor to get the best resolution, or you can click on 12 by 80 by 720 for output ratio. Okay, now some people will tell you you can put for your monitor size to different monitor size. It really depend on, but mostly popular is the 19 by 20 by 1080 and 12 by 80 by 720. But some people will tell you you can put down 20 by 80 by 720. You can put it to 20 by 80 by 720 for both of these, or you can put 19 by 80 for both of these if you wanted to. Downscale, you want to set it to your personal use. I can't show you the rest, what actually is inside of this, but you can click. The best option is 16 or 36. My best option for you, okay? FPS, you want to set it to 30 if your computer can handle a little bit in your streams. Now, if you have a good end PC, you probably want to go for, 60 FPS. This right here, just set it to what mine's is. If you want to, it's going to be options inside of it, so you might want to explore about that. Hotkeys to start streaming. Mine's, if you want to copy it, it is F1 and F2. Stop recording, start stream, or start stream, start recording. You can set it to what mine's is on the screen right here. Now, to change scenes, if you want to change scenes, because that is highly important in the OBS community, is switching scenes by using your keyboard. Or if you have one of those Elgato where you can switch scene for scene, then I best believe you go for that if you have that, if you know what I'm talking about. But if you have a keyboard, you can switch it for your source, for your scenes. Okay, so you can set it the same thing I have here. Advanced mode, all you really want to focus on here, leave this one at normal. Okay, my voice hurt, you know what I'm saying, my voice hurt. For video, you want to set it to the same thing as mine's, or you can mess around with that if you want to, but leave everything else alone because you don't need to mess with anything in there. And then you just press apply when you're all done and you're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out of that. Oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you do, I want to say this. It's been a long journey, man. My voice is killing me. I'm ready to go to bed. It is late at night right now, man. What time is it, man? It is 9:12 right now. It's Friday. I'm about to relax watching Netflix. Have y'all seen, have y'all seen the Airbender? Let me know in the comments if you've seen the Airbender. I'm still on that episode. I'm watching the animated version. I did see the movie version. Hey, check out Bleach. Bleach is another one of my favorite, and Black Butler is another one I like too. So I appreciate everybody for understanding. Hopefully you learned something from me. Hopefully I helped you out at least. I appreciate all the love and support. And I'm out, y'all. OG gang. Peace.